Friends, good day to everyone. I want to introduce you. Today I came to look such a yard, or how to call it, I don't know, a field. I want to introduce you to a very interesting person. His name is Mikhailo Hrosuliak. He is the founder of the Samohon restaurant, and not only that. In a few words, Mikhailo, what are we seeing right now? I see excavators working. There are tractors working in the back. Some kind of structure here. Here's one structure. Here's another structure. There, friends, we'll show you now. 2 lakes are being dug out, and now Mikhailo will tell you briefly.
What exactly is going on in the lake? I really need Zhenya's help, and I'm grateful to him for agreeing, because he's a great specialist in breeding our Ukrainian crayfish. I got the necessary consultations from him regarding the lakes, and I hope to get the broodstock sometime in April. Zhenya agreed to cooperate, and I'm grateful to him for what we've planned here. Я довго думав how else to surprise people in Ukraine, and I decided to do this. We've poured the foundation. It will be a restaurant farm where crows will walk around. There will be sheep. People will see them and sit at the table. There we are building 3 clay houses in the style of ancient Halish clay architecture, where people will be able to enrich themselves ecologically and improve their health. We're building a poultry house designed for visitors and their children. And let's say, have an interesting time. The biggest problem in Ukraine right now is that crayfish have disappeared from the ponds. Our intensive agriculture, which is developing, doesn't spare pesticides, nitrates, and all of this goes into the fields, so I want to close the ecological system. We found some springs, and now we'll go to the pond and show how we release shrimp today, or rather, yesterday. Well, and I think to Zhenya and people like him, we will manage in Ukraine. Victory will be ours, that's for sure. It's spring now, a victorious spring, definitely, and the soldiers on the front line need support. We will cooperate with them, and we are cooperating. And when people who have served come back, they need jobs, they need ideas. We will gladly share everything with people in Ukraine who want to do this, who want to promote ecological products.
There was a desire?
If there is a desire. Well, Zhenya kind of, as they say, charged me with his energy, and I think we will work well together. I advise you to consult with him regarding the breeding of our Ukrainian crayfish.
These are the kind of pools, friends. The camera is fogging up, so I don't know what I'll be able to film, but I'll try to record a bit for you. What for? The boxes? They're there so the shrimp can spread out. The shrimp crawl into these boxes, and it's like housing for them, like little apartments.
This is going to be a really big, let's say, farm for breeding Australian crayfish and shrimp. It's about 30 by 15, and this is just the beginning. This is the first pool. We're just starting out, and, you know, maybe the first experience is really tough, but we've gone through it and gained quite a bit. This is an agro-tourist, a very local area where we're setting up this business. It's interesting here, the village of Tyutkiv, Tribavlyanska region, the district road. This is the road to Bukovel, 2 kilometers from the highway. And I hope that this complex will become popular. People will love it. I already love it. We succeeded with the mushroom house, the old mill, the ark, and I think this project will work out too. Ole, maybe you could say it in Russian?
I want to say that the project is actually very promising because shrimp is practically unavailable anywhere in Ukraine where you can taste it, buy live shrimp, cook it and eat it. This is very important because live shrimp contains all the microelements that frozen shrimp doesn't have. It's very healthy. It's actually 90% pure protein, and accordingly it's grown in an ecological environment and is environmentally clean. And in the process, when there is a major expansion, we will be able to export it, and we can also sell it to establishments if someone wants to buy it.
Well, our establishments, that's 100%. First of all,
Where are we going, Pavlo? Where are we headed?
well, I think that my father was a fisherman. The turbulent current merges, and I was always strongly drawn to the water. And thank God getting to know you, Zhenya, will help me do this job right, because it's not worth starting if you do it wrong. Well, in the distance you can see a powerful excavator, GVC, that's digging. Now we'll see what we've already dug, and we're lucky because we hit spring water. Although the pond, which this structure will block, I'll show you now. And here we have the beehives. They're closed now. It was cold weather.
And the pigs are here too.
And the pigs over there, that's the mangalitsa. And you should have, when you were here, you should have tried it.
We promote this meat without cholesterol.
Yes, meat without cholesterol. I've long been a supporter, let's say, of environmentally friendly products, grown with my own hands, let's say.
I'm filming this on purpose, friends. This is how it is right now, so you can see how it will be later.
Here we took a landfill from the city. The government gave it to us for a year, honestly, because it's wartime. You see, we're clearing out all the trash from there, hauling everything away. Now we're approaching, this used to be a small stream.
We're approaching.
I already want to swim. You see how clear the water is? Well, it used to be a stream, but it was polluted. You see how much clay we have, by the way. The clay is very interesting. It's blue, a strange phenomenon because blue clay is medicinal. We've already dug out about 1.5 meters here and cleaned the stream. Here we're building a retaining structure that will raise the water level. And from here, from this stream, we'll partially take water for our ponds. Because we also have spring water there now. Zhenya says it's good for crayfish.
This is clay. You know how old it is, 1 million years. Clay from the Mesozoic period, right?
Well, approximately. I'm not really an expert in these matters, but what I do know is that it's very ancient, this type of clay. It's white. I once brought some for my wife. I took some, for example, from the Zelenoshchatsky Lake. I brought it from there. My wife, Tetiana, used it for cosmetology. And there was even a case where my colleague cured a brain tumor. Well, that's what he said. It wasn't malignant, though.
The very fact.
This is my colleague. He told me his story. So now we're entering the territory, already private, let's say, where we're digging. You see, here's the start of the trash, that's all. But we have to break through. Wow, yes. Look at this angle. We'll take all of it. We started here partially. We also stacked the trees here. You see, we're digging for the boiler room. And now we're going to clear the pond itself. Well, you see, the area, first of all, it's not all done yet. We took out the trash because that's also a long and troublesome process. But I'm happy with this beginning that Zhenya approved. You see, the water is already blue. It's settled now, although, as you can see, we're still doing some earthworks. Well, I got involved in the project by accident. We had these 2 ponds, so that's what we're working on. But I just happened to hit spring water here when we first dug about 1.5 meters, and then it really started flowing. Well, they say it's, groundwater, but for us it's at a depth of 3.5 meters. That's not really groundwater. Why did I choose this place? Because it was all covered in reeds, and then, as they say, it turned into an illegal dump. People threw everything here. You see, we've already cleaned up a bit, and now we're going to landscape the banks, make them sloped, following Mr. Yevon's recommendations. And we're going to plant all of this with hazelnut trees. It'll be a huge hazelnut orchard, and of course we'll improve the area so people can come here. That's the plan. Just gazebos, grills, so people can catch crayfish with a fishing rod like Zhenya says, and we'll try to breed trout, and we'll have different kinds of fish too. Because of the environment out there in the fields, I'll say it again, I've been through this. I'm a serious crayfish catcher. It's easy for me with Zhenya because I've caught so many in my life. I don't even know how many crayfish there were. I can't count how many tons. Huh? Well, I heard you caught even more there. I can't compete with you. First of all, you're younger. You're an aggressive entrepreneur. And that's right. That's how you should be. I don't know, I can't remember right now, but what's most interesting is that last year I went to my usual ponds where I used to fish, with permission if it was private, from the owner, and if it wasn't private, you could fish freely there. And I was surprised. The burrows were empty. Well, I also caught some shkalka, so we even tried cooking shkalka dishes. I once posted a video on my Instagram of how we made shkalka in our restaurants. We call them shkalka, or kukulusi, that's the local name, or bezubka.
And regular river mussels?
Regular river mussels. Yes, we have to become a strong state. Our warriors are fighting there, and we have to do our jobs well in the rear, not stop, under no circumstances. When Europeans come, They are surprised at how our warriors are fighting that damned enemy, those Putinists on the front lines. Yes, they should be surprised at what good managers we are. We have such opportunities. We have vast lands. We have fertile soil. Honestly, it's very hard to maintain an ecological brand today. Well, I know, Yevon, we have people in the village of Pututori. They grow spelt there, and everything is natural, just manure and nothing else. But that's only a few businesses. It's hard for them to survive. You need to have sales, and we have sales because we have a network of restaurants. All 6 of our restaurants are successful. I think all these restaurants will surprise people soon. Delicious, light, fresh, and wild caught. Because usually, well, what can I say? It's the same as with a crayfish. If you boil it, God forbid it's already dead. Then, well, the meat is even harmful. But when it's alive and you boil it, it's the same with shrimp. It will be freshly caught right in front of people following the recipe. We've already thought about delivery, and we'll do it. Shrimp like that. Currently, it's in the Ternopil region. If God allows, there was also a request from Kiev.
Where is this located anyway? Where are we standing right now?
Tutki village. Tutki village is 2 kilometers from the main road to Bukovel, exactly. When I bought this farm 13 years ago, I was attracted by the stream that runs here, just about 25 meters away. We did the right thing by digging these ponds at the right distance from the stream. And the location is very interesting because it's a convenient transport junction.
Here you go, a transport junction.
We also have a Greek Catholic shrine here, which is located in Zarvinitsia, and people often come here during pilgrimages. And right here, at the intersection, this is exactly the halfway point on the road from Kiev to Bukovel. And I think that if people like our brand, our restaurants, and our establishments, they will always stop by. And I think they will become our visitors. We will do our best to make sure people like it here so that people feel the soul we put into this place and so that they are happy.
50 meters long, 6 meters wide, and look, 3.5 meters high. And we still need to smooth out the banks a bit in the center so that the crayfish can dig its burrows, both below, along the lower edge, and so it can also climb up to the other edge. Since it can't swim like a fish, it must climb and build burrows.
I might raise them there. I'll build a small greenhouse, about 3 by 6 meters. Where we'll keep the shrimp, I'll build a greenhouse, and we can raise both shrimp and Australian crayfish there, then release them into the pond for the summer period. That's my idea, but we'll see how it turns out because this is all an experiment. I haven't seen anything like this before. I thought that a greenhouse creates a greenhouse effect. We were just inside, and it also had that effect because the water needs to be at 28 degrees greenhouse.
Greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse effect. We will build a greenhouse, cover it with film, and inside we will make those 2 ponds for shrimp and for Australian crayfish. We will cover them with textile. And let's say what's it called? Film, I think so. I don't know what will come of it, but I think in the summer period, the temperature will be good.
And what will come of it, you will see on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe definitely, because this is a very interesting project. There is no such project yet. Well, for example, I haven't seen anything like this in Ukraine or in the world. We're showing you all this in advance so that you can see how it all started. Because if we showed you everything at the end, it wouldn't be as interesting for you. This way you'll see that it was all just a complete mess here.
A dump?
Trash, piles, there was nothing. No trees, no flowers, no birds, no fish, no meat, nothing. Well, let's see what happens. You're curious, you're interested, so subscribe and you'll see. Soon all of this will change. I'll also show you how we'll release the crayfish. How to release crayfish with roe, without roe. How many females, how many males, for what area, how many you need to stock. All of this we'll show and explain to you.
Wish us luck. We're sure to succeed.